Yeah, I've been really happy to be part of the program. It really got me out of kind of a funk I was in. I was just like not taking enough action, and just immediately just signing up for the program just like got me back in action, got me feeling energetic, got me feeling kind of motivated. And yeah, and it just kind of things picked up pretty quick. And yeah, Dave was a good, I don't know. He was like a great coach because his experience is very similar to mine. So with living abroad and especially in Latin America, so that was also really good. It's a really good part of the program as well. I found the most valuable part of the program was just the accountability, just the being able to use the chats, being able to talk on the calls, and just get input as well as if you're not doing anything, you won't have anything to contribute. And that kind of pushed me to try and do stuff so I can get on these calls and contribute and have stories and have messages. So that was definitely the most uh kind of like the best part for me. And also just the emphasis on improving my online profiles because I just was always like sleeping on that. I never wanted to really put too much effort into Instagram and taking photos. And now I can actually take photos and I'm dressing better. So that was definitely a good part of the program as well. Yeah, so before I joined the program, my dating life was pretty slow. I wasn't really emphasizing it enough. I was emphasizing more my business, and I'm travel all the time and live in these other countries. So a lot of the time, I wasn't really motivated to date as much. I felt it was kind of a waste of time because I would be leaving soon. But since joining the program, I'm definitely more active. My experience, my dating life is way more vibrant. Yeah, and it's fun. And I still am doing my business, so it didn't take away from my business; it just added to my business. Yeah, I just added to my business because you kind of have to organize your life in a way that it doesn't really fall apart. Because once you have all these options, you definitely need to be a little bit more focused, a little bit more yeah, a little bit more focused. So I had to just focus in on my business while still managing all the other outside social aspects of it. And I didn't see any real decline in my business, which was great because one of the excuses I always used to make is I need time to focus on my business and this relationship stuff will kind of impede. But in reality, it doesn't impede at all. It focuses you more and it gives you less time to slack. So you're kind of like, I want to have a date later, so I'm just going to get my work done quick and then go to this date. And you also have opportunities while you're working to implement the stuff you learn. Yeah. So since being part of the program, some of the major results that I've had in terms of my social media profile, it's completely different. It's completely overhauled. It looks professional. I'm not embarrassed about it. Like I actually like giving people my Instagram handle. Before I always gave it with like kind of an excuse. It's like, blah blah. I don't really you don't do this, but now I just give it to them confidently, knowing that it's optimized. In terms of my fashion, I always believed that I was fashionable. But my fashion sense was more, it wasn't as date friendly. It was kind of more my style. But now it's kind of, I feel like it's a more of a classic style. I feel very comfortable in the clothes I wear. I feel it puts me on the best foot when I go out and I talk to women. I've even gotten compliments. It's like, oh, it's like a classic style, blah, blah, blah. So it's definitely helped my fashion sense too. And it's kind of honed my fashion sense because when I go to the mall and stuff, I know what I'm looking for because there's that whole style guide. So I'm able to, it's like I don't get distracted by trends. I know exactly what I need to get and I'm in and out, which is also for someone like me is great because I like to be more efficient. In terms of dating, like the results have been great. I mean, I've gotten online dates, I've gotten some dates in person. I got dates from all different like sources. I got some dates from friends, so it's been great. On these dates, it's always I know what I'm going to say, and even if I don't know what I'm going to say, I know I have the opportunity to ask about it on a call. I've had tons of questions. Dave always answers the questions on the calls, and it's always like I'll get the right answer, and it's always like great lines and all that stuff. And like I use it, and it always works. So I mean, that's definitely nice to have. And yeah, and some situations arise that you don't really expect. And then it's good to have people there who can help you, that can, give you their experience and you don't feel alone in it. So a typical week for me dating wise, I mean, I kind of went ham. I was abroad. I was abroad, so I definitely was going on a lot of dates. I was going on, so I had some dates twice. I had like a lunch and a evening date. Yeah, so I don't know if that's typical. I don't know if I can sustain that forever, but it was definitely like every day was full. And it was funny because I was in a new city. I didn't know anyone, but I had so many dates. I never even felt like I didn't know anyone. There was always something to do. Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel abundance, but you know, I don't know if that's going to be typical forever, but it's definitely one of those things that once you get this stuff going, you definitely have way more options and you can take it as hard or as soft as you want. I went hard. I'm kind of going back now. So, but it's good to have those options. Yeah, going on all those dates and making all those connections felt really good. I mean, I met some really cool women. I mean, almost all of them I'm still in contact with. And it's just like a great opportunity for me to learn about these cultures that I'm in because like I mentioned before, I'm a traveler, so I like to learn about cultures, and it's like one of the best ways to do it is through the locals. So, and the local women are really a good source for that. So it feels really good, and I feel like I don't know, I feel like I've just really gotten a little bit more a little stronger in my communication skills. I mean, I'm speaking like I'm in Latin America, so it's Spanish, so my Spanish has improved too. So that was a byproduct of it as well. And yeah, it just feels good. I mean, it feels good to have options. I think that what surprises me is how a result that I got and that really surprised me is like how much you can really like how much of the results are based on your activity, like on taking action, because like a big part of the program is kind of just being more proactive, always going for the close, always asking them to go back with you. And it's one of those things you're in your head thinking, no, it's not time, I have to wait 2 3 days. But what surprised me is that when you actually are proactive, when you just like take a girl's hand and you say, and they ask you where we're going, you're going back to my place, and then it's just they just go with it, and it's very much uh, it's one of those things that you think, okay, that's too easy. Like that can't be it. Like how many times have I blown it because I wasn't proactive like that? So being proactive just shows me it's like, okay, most of the time a girl is just really going to take your lead. So if you don't take the lead, then you're missing out on a lot of opportunities. So that's one of the takeaways I have now is just like you always got to take the shot. There's really no downside in it. Very rarely, especially if very rarely will she have a negative response. It'll probably be neutral or positive. So that's definitely one of the surprises. And it's one of the things that I'm taking away from it for sure. Yeah, I think being part of the program, you get a in like we have like the chat group in the program, and you get to see other people's experiences, see their stories, learn from the other people. So I think you get to kind of avoid a lot of things that you didn't even know were an issue. So that's a great benefit too, because you can learn from other people's wins and losses. And then you can also, I think another benefit that I've gotten out of this is that I'm more clear on what I want, right? When you have, like I mentioned before, I was going on dates every kind of day, and then it got to a point where I was like, okay, is this really what I want? Do I want to go on all these dates? Do I want to meet all these new women? And then it really got me realizing, okay, I definitely like going on these dates, but every day is too much, and and I found like a good medium. So now I feel very clear on what I want. So it gave me a lot of clarity. And that's like kind of what I wanted when I came in is to have the abundance to know and have clarity on what you want. So that was definitely a good byproduct of it as well. And then the social media aspect of it, improving my social media, taking photos, like I did professional photos. I actually made new friends, reconnected with other friends. I have people I haven't talked to asking like what's new with you. And it's funny, a byproduct of the byproduct is now I have friends who are also improving their social media, guys who are similar to me. I think they just saw my profile and they were like, okay, Christian's improving. It's cool, I guess, to improve your stuff. I'm gonna do it too. So I think that it's one of those things where it got me out of my shell and it got me doing things that I knew I should have been doing, but I was making too many excuses. So I feel like now I'm making less excuses, and I know that I need to be accountable for this stuff. That it's almost all it's all product of your effort. So that's definitely something that I'm going to take away in all aspects of my life, including my business and personal relationships as well. Like so far, like how far I've gone without the help of the program. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, the social media aspect, I'm pretty sure would never have come across. Like, I'm pretty sure I would just always have a bummy Instagram. So like that is probably like infinite. In terms of dating, I think that it would have been a long time just because it would kind of been to the point where I just decided to settle down, or I just the I don't know. I honestly have no clue. It might have taken a long time. It might have taken a really long time. I have no clue. It would definitely taken longer because a lot of these stuff happened pretty quickly. I was the dating stuff happened. All those dates happened kind of like in a month, like or I don't know. It might have been less than that. It was quick, and it was it just kept on stacking. It's kind of like when it rains, it pours kind of thing. So it happened definitely faster than it would have by myself. I don't know how long it would take it by myself, but it definitely like speeds things up, which is what I wanted. I knew it would. I know that when you invest in yourself and you follow people who've been there and done that, and they tell you exactly what like you need to do and say, and you do the actions, it's going to be better than if you try and figure it out on your own and you just like fumble around and you have no one to help you. So I knew it would be faster. That was kind of one of the reasons why I signed up, is because I wanted to speed things up. I wanted to take action. I knew eventually I would, eventually stuff gets so hard that you just take action. But if you have people holding you accountable and you know exactly what to do, it definitely speeds it up and it's definitely worth the investment. Yeah, I would definitely recommend this program to other people. I mean, I think that like it's just one of those investments that every guy should make, not just for the results, just because it's not something that you get taught enough, and there's like too many excuses going around, and I was making all those excuses. And then like on these calls and talking to other people and seeing other people's results, you kind of realize that all your excuses are just excuses, and you have no real there's no one to blame. It's just you. It's just lack of action, especially when you invest in a program like this and you have a roadmap from A to and you see other people doing it, and you have no excuses. So for me, it's definitely was worth the money, and it was worth the money very quickly. Um, as soon as I got the first photo shoot, it was worth the money. As soon as I improved my profile and saw the benefits of that, I'm in Colombia right now, which is a very high flake country, and I've gotten zero flakes on all these dates. No one's flaked because there's a process for avoiding flakes. And then once you improve your social media, it reduces the likelihood of you getting flakes as well. So it's like even the flakiness was an excuse that I didn't even realize was an excuse, because there are people not getting flaked on, and not one of them. So I think for me, it's definitely worth it. I think it made life a lot easier. And once you learn this stuff, it's not like you're going to unlearn it. You either do it or you don't do it, but you'll always know it. And that's good to have in your pocket to use.